Okay, today we're gonna interview Smitty here in his 1955 step van. Hey Smitty.
Yes, sir.
So let's just take a little walk around your rig here. So what year did you buy this thing?
Well, I moved to Florida in 1974. After I stayed there about a year, and I was going with this gal, and because I wanted to buy a van, I had some money, and she said, "Well, I used to go with this guy, and his dad fixed up bread trucks and made him into motorhomes." I said, "I don't know, let's go see him."
Oh,
so
cool.
he had about 6 of them.
I see.
And I went there, and he wanted $1,000 for it. He had it all hooked up. He had the electrical hooked up. His own was like a Winnebago. That's where I got the idea.
I see.
And so I gave him $1,000. I said, "Will you take $950?" And he says, "No, I want $1,000." I went ahead, and he had a big piece of property, about 8 acres. And he says, "I'll give it for you for $950, but don't come back on my property." So I thought about it. Before I got off his property, I went back and gave him $1,000.
And that was in 1974?
74.
74.
I told him, I said, "Will this take me back to Seattle?" He says, "It'll take you to Seattle and back."
And what engine? It had a different engine in it then,
It
right?
had a 235 6-cylinder.
I see.
And it had the rods were knocking. And I broke down in Fayetteville, North Carolina when I drove back.
Oh, is that when you replaced the motor?
No, it had rods. Look, it was a timing belt.
Oh,
And so,
timing. Yeah.
so the guy that I pulled in the station, he says, "I'll tell you a guy that'll fix it for you." And I called him, and he says, "How much they want?" I says, "Oh, they want $300. He says, "Put that phone down. I'll fix it for $30.
Right
If you
on.
want to go catfishing with me." I says, "Let me get my phone."
Right on.
So, so I got it, and I drove it back
All the way to Washington.
all the way to Warsaw. I went up to Allentown, Pennsylvania, and then I took Allentown.
Oh, so you went up north first?
Yeah,
Okay.
I knew some people in Georgia,
I see.
so I kind of worked my way. See what I do? Oh, I took it all the way to Washington, D.C.,
Oh, cool.
right by the White House. And
Well, let's just take a little walk around this baby here.
it was Army green when I got it.
Army green?
Army green. It was, I guess, it was a bread truck, I guess.
So what year did you have it painted?
In 1980.
1980 you had it painted?
Right.
The whole thing, or is that?
The whole thing, I had it painted blue. And then I went to an AA convention in Lake Sammamish. And this guy says, "Hey, I'd love to do a mural on it." He said, "I'll put you a little mural about, 2 feet wide."
2 feet wide,
And I
huh?
said, "Hey, I can't go for that." And he was from Santa Cruz, California.
I see.
And he said, "Well, then I had to be working. I was real estate then." And when I came back, he did both sides for $200.
200 bucks for that nice mural. Look at that thing. That's a thing of beauty. It's peeling a little now, and remember this was 1980 this was painted.
This is when I started fixing it up. I found a guy that
The wheels
lived
there?
in Jet Auto, and he went there and he said, I'll put an engine in that for $1,200.
So this is your little Dometic refrigerator box there.
Here's the refrigerator, it's propane
Okay.
electric.
Propane electric, so a dual purpose. Nice. That's the vent for the refrigerator.
Right. I got double sink in it.
A double sink. We're going to go inside in a minute here. So
I got a tank here for yard weight for the waste.
okay, so it's got a gray water, a black water,
Yeah.
Nice. So it's got all the
water.
proper stuff and a hookup for a sewer there for a campsite
Exactly.
disposal or whatever.
And then when I got a 40-gallon water tank behind the bed inside.
I see. Oh, nice.
And that's where it comes out.
So this is where your hose hooks up for your water.
This is your drainage.
That's your drain there.
This is where you enter.
That's where you fill the onboard water tank.
That's right.
That's your onboard water tank there. That's nice. Then one thing we missed over here was it's got all the plug-ins here for your shore power too, to hook it up to 110, and that all works.
All works, and what it does is when one battery charges, the regular starting battery, it'll switch over to the coach batteries and charge that. It's got an isolator.
So this is like
the engine.
This is an original boondocker. This is from back in the day.
That's right.
All these windows still work. I was inside earlier and tried them all out. All the windows work fine.
They probably need new knobs or something to, as you see it when you open it up.
So back here we've got.
You got right here is the.
Let me get the key.
Okay.
So there we got the generator.
The generator. I got the exhaust pipe that drilled a hole through because it's not supposed to be enclosed.
Right. We got the exhaust coming out the bottom.
I got the pipe all taped.
Yep, with the heat tape.
That's right.
Nice. And here's the fuel tank that you fill from up above.
Fuel tank, right.
Very nice. Let's close that down. All nice in these little compartments. And what do we got over here?
We got the water heater.
How many gallons is that? Like a 5-gallon or so? Anyway, that's the hot water heater.
That's hot water. You go in there and it, you can take a shower or whatever.
And then it's got storage up here. And then there's a hole down in there for filling up that. That's nice.
Or you could go up to with a flexible hose.
And he's got this little bracket here. So I was up on top of this thing last year. I'm gonna go take a quick look up there, Smitty, just so you can see the top of this thing.
Be careful.
So there's the top. You can see he's got the vents up there, and the roof is in really nice shape. I remember watching him paint this thing when I lived next to him back in the 90s.
Yeah, I got, what do you call it, where you open the vents?
Yeah,
That's covered.
It's got the vents inside, and then the mural on this side. Look at that. And the tires and wheels are in great shape still.
Got 819.5 tires.
So what do we got down here?
That's a propane tank.
Oh, that's the propane. So you access it from inside the van.
Right. It's a 20. It's got the valve where you open it up and.
So there's the built-in propane tank.
And it's, I think it's a 20-gallon or 10-gallon.
Right. So over here we have 2 exhausts. What's the second exhaust?
This exhaust right here is the one that goes to. It's got an electric fuel pump on the gas tank.
Oh, I see.
You know, and that'll
Right.
bring heat. It come out of a 63
Oh, that's for the heater.
heater, and the heater
Okay.
comes up in the middle. I'll show you inside.
Okay.
And it, you know, it's got the fuel tank there.
Nice.
Kind of.
So let me go up in here
This
first.
here, I put a hose on it down to the tank. That's why you don't want to fill it.
All the way.
Overfill it.
Right.
It's got a 30-gallon gas tank.
Well, let's just go up in here. You can show me what's going on inside.
And like I say, I met a guy at Jet Auto, and he put a.
It's not latched.
He put a 350 Chevy in it.
Nice. So it's got a 350 in there now.
Electronic ignition.
Wow. 4-barrel carb, or is that a 2-barrel? That looks like a 4-barrel.
That's a 4-barrel.
Yep.
See, you can see right there on the side. I think you might have put that in, but
We did. I did put that little regulator in there.
Yeah.
Voltage regulator. Very nice.
okay. And then I went ahead and put the vents in for the heater to come out to So I had defrosters.
Right.
And there's a heater right here.
I see. That's a vent coming off of the heater system off the van.
Yeah, and you can turn and operate the heater from over there on that panel.
Well, let's listen to this baby run.
Okay. And I put a king seat in it.
That's a beautiful seat.
They used to have emergency brake here, and I stuck a new one and put it on.
It's over there.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if this baby will run. Look at that. Whoa.
Oh, Richard, he got dang, he goes it good here.
Runs like a top.
350 Chevy with an RV cam.
Nice.
You know.
And a big old four-speed top loader transmission with a granny gear. Look at that baby. That's what you call a tie gear shifter.
That's right.
This thing is fun to drive, I gotta tell you.
I was going to put an automatic in it.
It's a blast from the past. It's fun to drive. I'm glad you didn't. Very nice.
And this right here is the lights.
Got a lot of gadgets from back in the day.
This has got the panel there and everything.
Yep, an electrical switch panel over there.
Really, one of them starts the gas going to the heater.
Oh, right.
One of these.
Going to the onboard furnace.
And the other one strikes it and it lights up and operates the furnace.
Nice. You got a stereo up there.
Pioneer.
Got a Pioneer stereo with little four-way speakers. We got a couple speakers up front here, and got speakers in the back there.
It's a universal where you can take it out.
Right. You can pull the face off. It is. Yeah, the face is up there.
And then it's got these plastic windows on the ends.
Right. They're faded a little bit. You can see.
This in here is a lot better.
But they've been there since 1955.
That's right.
1955. Come on. Look at this thing. Look at the interior. Show us that head. The bathroom in this thing. It's got a full stand-up shower.
I got a guy from Tonguewater. He's the one that he's the one that put the upholstery and not the upholstery, but he reconstructed
all the interior. He built the interior.
Yeah. Put the generator.
And he built this whole interior, and what did he charge you for that?
$1,200.
$1,200. What year was that?
It was I don't know. It was in the late '80s, I think.
Yeah, somewhere in the late '80s.
So here we got a shower, toilet.
There's your toilet. It's got plumbed to a black water tank, and look at that blue shower curtain. That's from back in the '80s too. Very nice. Got a mirror here.
And this right here, Richard, it folds down into a bed.
This is your little settee area.
This here you can pull out. And
so it's got a little settee here where the table drops down.
And they got a compartment underneath.
Storage underneath both of the seats.
Both of the seats, you got that down.
Yep.
And then you got the electrical with the lamp. It goes right in.
That goes into your 110 power.
Yeah.
Because Smitty was actually living in this thing a couple of years ago, right here.
That's right.
While he was transitioning from his house. And there's your 12-volt power, and that's all functioning. And up here we have, what is this? Is that a fantastic fan?
It blows in and blows out.
That's an old-fashioned fan that's not actually hooked up. Maybe it is. Let's see here.
Oh, it's hooked up.
Oh yeah, look at that. The old fan still works just fine. Sucking the air in, sucking the air out. Nice. Very nice. So over here we've got, looks like a 3-burner propane.
3-burner propane.
Look how nice a shape that is, in that olive green from back in the 80s, huh? I mean, and look at that. It's a porcelain two-tier sink.
That's right.
Made out of the porcelain, or cast with the enamel on it.
Yeah, once you put the water on, you just gotta. Once you put this right here.
That works the pump.
Yeah.
Once it's on, you got to turn it on probably
Right.
up on the dash.
Then here you got the
And
fridge.
here we've got a fridge, and that's a two-way fridge, right?
It's propane electric.
Propane or 110 or
110, yeah.
okay. That's nice. And it's even got the plush velour front on it from
Yeah.
back in the day.
Got it stayed in good condition.
We got a little fan up here.
Little fan, yeah.
We got a little fan and another light.
This right here is
Bunch of storage.
when you want to put it in propane, or you want to use the generator, you stick right now. I don't know if it's in the generator. Or,
Probably can't see that well because it's dark. But so anyway, the switch down here is to switch it from shore power to onboard power with a little breaker panel.
yeah, it's got a break. We put a breaker panel in there.
Got a little breaker panel up there. That's nice.
The guy Tumwater, he was good.
The guy in Tumwater did all this for $1,200 back in the 80s.
He says, you just got to let me take it to my house and give me 6 months.
And he built this for you.
He built this.
Looks like we got a microwave.
Microwave, yeah.
And that only works on 110 when you're hooked up to shore power, I
Yeah,
presume.
it's 1,400 watts.
Yeah. So it'll work on your generator too.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's got all your AA stuff in it.
You know,
That's got all your posters and all your hay rides
it
and
is?
all that stuff's in that cabinet right there.
okay, Richard
I'll
knows.
show you here. I made sure and rat holed that stuff. So these are all the posters from Smitty. Smitty used to be a little bit of a producer in the back in the day, and he's been sober for how many years now? 41?
42 years.
42 years sober in AA. And that's where I met Smitty, a long time
That
ago.
was when I did the hayride.
So these are the hayride posters he used to put on every year at Christmas time. And these are videotapes and CDs of all the events. He did it for 14 years in a row.
12 years.
12 years in a row he did the hayride for AA. So let's take a look at this bed here. So this actually folds out.
It pulls forward.
Pulls forward and makes a full double bed.
Right now, this when you're not.
Oh, it's
using
got a
the-
flip-up wing on the countertops
yeah,
here.
and when you're not using the bed, it'll fold down,
Right.
and then you can pull the bed out.
The bed pulls out and that back cushion folds down. It becomes a full double bed back there.
That's right.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And what is this relic right here, Smitty?
Well,
That right there's got probably a whole story all in itself, doesn't it?
I was in prison,
I see.
and
What year was that?
that was in '67.
In 67, you were in prison. Where at? What state?
in California and in San Luis Obispo,
I see.
and they was an artist.
All hand drawn.
Oh yeah.
Back in 60, what year again? 67?
Yeah.
Back in 67, this was all hand drawn in prison.
It's got everybody's address.
Got everybody's address, everybody's names. You can see it's got the hippie look. I think this should be probably donated to some rock and roll museum. And it says right here,
Karma Sutra, right there.
Green Dreams.
Karma Sutra.
Uh-huh. Wow.
You know, they were, this here is exploding.
LSD?
Yeah, the guy's got it right here. He dropped the LSD and then it exploded.
Wow, look at that. Very interesting. Back in 67, man. You know, and we're still
And
dealing...
One of the guys I visited, he lived in Hollywood.
But anyway, this rig here is...
God, you cleaned it out real good, Richard. That's good.
It looked good, don't it? This thing is... It's a nice rig,
This
Smitty.
is held up pretty good.
Look at that headliner, man. That's good for 20 more years. It looks like it's like a fiberglass paneling.
He did a good job.
For $1,200, you know how much this would cost you today?
I tell you what he told me. He said, Smitty, I just tell you one thing. Let me take, because he was going to class for building motorhomes and stuff, and they gave him a C grade, a C.
A C.
He says, let me take it to the class and show him what I did. And so the class came out and took a look at it, and he says, and the teacher, and he says, this is what a C grade looks like. He did a heck of a job.
It's beautiful. Really nice, Smitty. This thing's got some serious history behind it.
And it stayed in good condition.
Well, you know, I was going to say something about this thing didn't just stay in good condition, because I lived next door to Smitty for about 7 years back in the early 90s. And this thing didn't just stay in good condition. Smitty kept it in good condition.
That's right.
He worked on it all the time. He painted the roof. He painted the undercarriage. I remember one summer watching Smitty crawl around underneath this thing, painting the whole undercarriage of it and undercoating it and painting the wheels and always detailing and cleaning and buffing and waxing and taking care of this thing. And that's why it's in such nice shape today.
That's true. That's true.
That's why it's in nice shape. Well, anyway, Smitty.
The only thing I put in, I did the carpet. You can't go wrong in the carpet. I did shag.
It's still in nice shape too. It's okay. So we're gonna close this video out here real quick. But the last thing I want you to do, Smitty, is I want you to honk that horn and honk it good, baby.
Oh, Richard does that. I know.
I love the horn in this, baby.
The people down at Alki, they love it.
I know. We're gonna get it down there sometime. One more time. I love that thing. All right, Smitty.
Well, thanks a lot, Richard.
Smitty,
You're gonna
always a pleasure, buddy.
You're gonna carry the tradition on, because I won't be here.
Oh yeah, I just thought I'd mention today happens to be Smitty's 80th birthday.
That's
so
right.
we're gonna barbecue up some steaks, and my daughter made a nice birthday cake, and celebrate Smitty's 80th birthday today.
He knows how to cook steaks, I'll tell you.
All right. Well, that's going to be it for now. Over and out, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, Richard.